Hello, my name is Taylor Witten, and this is my final project for EEL4660, a webcam posture and face touch detection system. The purpose for this project is to detect when someone touches their face or leans back or hunches forward in their chair throughout their workday. Touching one's face is one of the major ways that someone gets infected by COVID-19, and it's also incredibly common for someone to touch their face throughout the workday, biting their nails, etc. as a form of nervous tic. So we seek to use reinforcement training such that whenever someone performs one of these actions, we play a distinct beep to let them know that they're slipping up. We can address both these problems using that webcam-based notification system. So we're going to talk about how the posture check works. To monitor the user's posture, the program uses the following steps. So we initialize the webcam stream with OpenCV and other necessary variables. Then an initial loop will run that's going to check for a face in the webcam stream until it finds one. If not, it'll just keep looping. Once the face is detected, it will initialize the face's location in the image stream and keep it for future frames. And then we use that frame as a reference such that if a new frame coming in moves down 20% from the initial position, we're going to play an alert sound. Only in the down position though, we're keeping it open in the up position in case the user gets up, walks around, etc. And we repeat this on each frame, comparing the current frame's face position with the reference. Next, I'm going to talk about how we check for face touching. So once the program's running, it's going to run the following steps to detect if the user either touches their face or moves their hand relatively close to their face, enough to trigger the program's detection of the collision. So on each frame, we're going to go ahead and detect the head and hands. Once the head is detected, we're going to get the coordinates of the upper left and bottom right corners of the head box and append them to the coordinate list. If at least one hand is detected, we're going to do the same thing for the hand, get the upper left and bottom right corners of those boxes and append them to another coordinate list just for hands. If the hand box overlaps with the head box, we're going to go ahead and play an alert sound. Once the alert finishes playing, we're going to continue to parse additional frames in that infinite while loop. Underneath the hood, I implemented this project in Python. It just seemed like the most simple and effective language to program this system in. I went ahead and utilized CV2 or OpenCV to capture the webcam frames. cvlib was used for face detection. It's built on top of TensorFlow and OpenCV, and the documentation claims that it uses OpenCV's deep neural network module with a pretty sophisticated pre-trained model. The play sound library is just used to play the alert sound whenever one of those conditions is met. Furthermore, I use an open source resource to detect the hands called hand tracking. It's in that GitHub repository shown on the screen. It features a trained neural network that can be used to track your hands. Basically, it will parse the image and develop a list of confidence scores for each position where it thinks it found some hands. And we go ahead and set a threshold for that in the code. And it utilizes a single shot detector to accomplish this task. Here we have a flowchart for the program's execution. It's very simple. So from the start, we read the webcam stream until we get a face in the stream. We read and store the initial face coordinates, and then we enter a new while loop to detect if another face comes up in the stream. If we find a face, we're going to go ahead and get the coordinates and draw a box on the frame for the user to see. If there's a hand in the stream now, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with up to 2 hands being recognized with the highest confidence scores. If those 2 boxes overlap, we're going to go ahead and play an alert sound which indicates a face touch. If not, we'll just continue on. If we sense a negative shift in posture, we're going to go ahead and play the alert sound. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going. And to terminate the program, the user has to press the Q key. So if they do not press the key, we're just going to keep looping this loop, get a new frame, parse it, get a new frame, parse it, etc. till the end of time. And if not, we're going to continue to the end of the program. At this point, I'm going to move on to the live demo. Detect hands, the face remains detected. If I go to cross the boxes together, get a beeping sound. A couple examples of that. If I go ahead and lean back too far, it'll also detect a posture shift or lean forward too far. Same thing. I can move up in the up direction, side to side without any problems.